Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to show you a marbled one stroke nail. I'm using Pout from Glam & Glitz as my pink, clear and white from nail. Pout was a lot pinker than I thought it was going to be, but I liked it anyway, so that's fine. So you'll notice that when I put this bead on, it starts to marble. So in a minute I'll show you what you can do to stop that from happening. I don't mind, obviously, because it's supposed to be a marbled nail. So I'm putting each of the colours onto the nail and I'm going to swirl my brush through it to create a marbled effect. So you take the bead of, oh, in a minute I'll show you. So now I'm going to pick up the bead of the Pout and I'm going to roll it onto the nail. And you'll notice the colours now don't separate. It doesn't really matter for me anyway, because it's a marbled nail, which I think I probably just said, so I am going to shut up. I do stop using the clear as well, because I've got a white tip, so it's kind of pointless using it. So I just carried on using the pink and the white to create the marble. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the whole nail. So don't worry about any lumps and bumps in the nail, we are going to cap it in a minute. So I'm using this candy floss glitter that just likes to pop out of my hand. I don't even know how it happened, it just like flew out my fingers. I'm going to use a small bead of clear acrylic to help stick the glitter to the nail. And I'm putting the glitter on in a kind of wiggly line, so it's like a wavy line going down the centre of the nail. Then when I am happy with how the glitter looks, I am obviously going to cap that in the clear acrylic. So now, because I am really not confident and I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to one stroke yet, I am going to top coat the nail so that when it goes terribly wrong, and initially it did, I can just wipe the design off with water and start again. Obviously I don't show it going wrong. So I cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds. I'm going to take my acrylic paint, which is just some really cheap acrylic paint from, I think it's from the range. It was about £10 and I got so many colours. But I couldn't find a pink, but I didn't really look very well in my drawer. But I'm thinking, I spent all that money. No, that's not a lot of money. I spent not a lot of money and I got so many colours and they couldn't even put a pink in. So I end up mixing the pink. See, I've already been playing around on the nail, and as you can see by the state of the foil, I think I wiped the design off 2 times before I actually ended up just sticking with it. So I am just going to create a really basic flower. I don't know what this petal technique is called. I'm just gonna, it's like a wiggle, you sort of do a wiggle, and I'm gonna use that just to create some petals. I'm using the pink that I mixed up and white to load onto the brush. I did use red for that first petal, but I'm going to go over it with pink and white and it kind of hides it, so it doesn't look too bad. So I'm just popping this flower in the corner of the nail. Once I've finished, I do go over the top just to bring out that colour more. If you are going to do this, I would get some better paints. These aren't that great, and I found that it dried really quite quickly, although I know acrylic paint does tend to dry, but this seemed to dry very quick. So that is my flower. I do end up faffing around a bit with it, and I decide that, you'll see in a minute, I don't know if you'll notice what's changed. Oh, you can't see it very well. But I'm using my striping brush just to put some lines across the nail coming out from the flower. I thought I'd better leave the flower alone because, you know, you can faff around with it too much and then you can start to ruin it, even though it's not great anyway. But we all start somewhere, don't we? I'm going to put a few dots on. Then I leave it to dry for a few minutes. I do have to gently pat it with my finger, just to check that it's dry. There's no like wet paint on my finger. Oh, it's just my luck. I would top coat it and it would just smear everywhere. So these are mixed AB crystals from Nail Sugar. I have put similar sizes into pots though. And I'm just going to put one in the centre of that flower and then cure the top coat in the lamp. And then this is my finished one stroke marbled nail. I kind of like how it turned out, but I know it's not perfect, but you know, I tried. So if you have made it this far, please leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing to my channel and joining the Sugar Cube family. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!